Last week in Project 70, we had LSD, we had Menace Hulk, and we had Mickey Mantle. How in the world are we going to top it in week number 9? If his mother wasn't a fan of the Dodgers, was or is this card ever produced? Is there ever a Futura? But this card is a quirky card. It celebrates everything that we think about when you go back to the history of baseball, and nobody out there could have done this card better than Ermsey. And so here we are, year number 2 of my YouTube channel. Last year we clocked in over 180,000 views, over 21,000 watch hours. So just from me to you, a massive thank you for your support last year. Who knows what the true reach of this channel can be with Project 70, with anything else in the future. Can I make it to 5,000, 6,000? Who really knows? But all that I care about right now is saying thank you to everyone out there who has supported this incredible journey from the beginning of last year when it came to April 13th, 2020, when I put out my very first furloughed episode. But welcome to episode number 25 of the Project 70 show. My name is Chris, otherwise known on Twitter and Instagram is at CRT_Sportscards. And my website is where you want to go for everything related to Project 70, and that is simply CRTSportscards.com. And so on this Monday in Project 70 to start out week number 9, it was a very intriguing day. We saw the last 6 print runs from last week. We got a peek at the first 9 on Sunday, so that was nice to see that Topps went sort of above and beyond a little bit to play catch up and not load us up with 15 print runs today, all from last week. I did boil it down to just 3 to 4 talking points. Going through all 15 is just going to be too many for one single episode. I will say it was surprising to see some very, very low numbers. 1,400 over 70 hours is very, very low. And I don't know if we're going to go lower than that the remainder of the year, but we will see. We are still barely in the infancy of this set. But my very first takeaway from last week was just, in my opinion, kind of how small the Mickey Mantle by Andrew Thiel was. And you're going to say, Chris, and small, it's 9,000. It's more than double the average print run from Project 70 right now. But it's simple. It's Mickey Mantle 1952 Topps, and I think Andrew Thiel did it so incredibly well. I would have put a lot of money on the fact that this card would have sold greater than the Joshua Vidas. So seeing that card come in number 2 was my biggest surprise when you took a look at all 15 print runs. But this does lead to one question, and I think it's a question that we've always had when it came to Project 2020, and now of course Project 70, is what is the buying pool of the consumer base for these cards? And so when you compare this card directly to the Vidas, were there the same amount of buyers at the beginning? There were just less people who bought maybe a 5-pack or a 10-pack, or did buyers leave the set since we saw the Vidas Mantle? It's something we may never know, but it was just surprising how this card came in under that Vidas. And now for my Monday print run contest giveaway on that Mantle by Thiel. Congrats here to Eric B, just edging out the second place winner. His print run guess 9,024 just beats out the second guess 9,023. So Eric, congrats on winning this Mantle free for me for your print run guess. And now for my second takeaway of the week, it was that Babe Ruth, the Menace Hulk. Everybody said on Twitter and on social media, this card is garbage. Why do you put it out? You offended Babe Ruth. You offended everybody I can think about. Why is Ron English in the set? And that is why Ron English is in that set. 2009-71 was the top selling card on Wednesday. It outsold Jeter and it outsold Ichiro on the same day. So heck of a result there by Ron English with that Babe Ruth. And then the result that I was probably most proud about, because it shows that artists can take risks in this set and they'll be rewarded if they put out a very high quality product. Seeing that Doc Ellis by Ermsey clock in over 5,500 was just amazing. That was double the Jeff Staple Aaron Judge, and we know how hard it is to outsell a Yankee right now in the set. But for that card to be a Pittsburgh Pirate coming in over 5,500, fantastic job. And I hope to see more artists take more risks in Project 70, because they do have the ability to change their list. So if you take a risk and you do it the right way, you are going to make some money from us here in Project 70. But here's my larger takeaway when it came to the cards last week. Look, there was a ton of criticism leveled around why did you put Jerry Manuel in the set? Why does Babe Ruth look like a space alien? Why is there this card? Who is this artist doing? Here's the thing. If you want to criticize the artwork, go ahead, but bring your facts. I was very open and honest on the Friday show where I said, why is Jeff Staple putting Aaron Judge in his Subway Series set? And that was because I think of the Subway Series as an isolated event. What the Subway Series actually is probably a yearly event when the Yankees take on the Mets, which is probably like a national holiday for New York when the two teams meet. So my perspective of the event was incorrect. Now, does that validate or invalidate the criticism of that card? No. Is it right or wrong? No. But it's ultimately the reason why I criticize the card. So if you're going to criticize cards all day long, go ahead. But say something more than it's terrible. And now before we get into the Monday cards, I did also want to congratulate the Wednesday print run contest winners from my Discord channel. And remember, the Wednesday giveaways going forward are now exclusive to Discord, so check us out there. My channel or server is just CRT space sports cards. But congrats on the Jeter to Baseball 16, a double winner now for his print run guess on the Jeter. And then on Babe Ruth by Ron Inglis, Justin Ford 15 winning that card. So congrats to the two of you for winning those two cards free from me. And so now all of that leads us to the Monday releases in Project 70. And I haven't even spoken about Topps entering in to the NFT game next week on April 20th. I will speak about that here soon. I am intrigued. I still do not know much about NFTs and how they work, but when it comes to sports cards, I get that. So I am keeping an open mind on NFTs. But these Monday cards right now are cards that you're going to purchase right now, and they're going to show up at your house. We have Britney Palmer with her third card. We have another Babe Ruth in the set. We have Blake Jamison releasing the very first Buster Posey card in the set. And we have Chuck Styles with his Cal Ripken Jr. When you took a look at the Monday cards, which one was your favorite? But I'll go first. I'll tell you my third, my second, and my first favorite on the Monday cards. Coming in number 3 on my list is going to be Chuck Styles with his Cal Ripken Jr. But I will say, if there was no Alex Pardee, I'm pretty sure Chuck Styles would be the number one fan favorite artist in Project 70 when it comes to the new artists in the set. I do like the look of this card. There is just one thing that when I see it, I cannot unsee it, and I'll forever see it on this card. But look, it is Cal Ripken. Chuck Styles, he's up against it here with this card. We know that Cal Ripken has not sold very well, not even last year and even to this year. So I'm really intrigued to see where this print run lands. I do like the Oriole on Cal Ripken's head, because when you think about baseball and you think about the Orioles, there was only one person that comes to your mind, and that is Cal Ripken Jr. But my one critique here of the card is simply in the background. Look, there is Ripken on the back, dead center, but where Ripken is placed, the figure, it looks like it's just in front of RIP. So when I see this card, I think of a dead Cal Ripken. I know that is not fair to either Ripken or Chuck Styles, but I will never be unable to unsee RIP. But now coming in second today on my list of 3 favorite cards, we have Buster Posey by Blake Jamison. And this is my second favorite card because it is using my favorite set in Project 70. It is using 1971 Topps. And this is exactly what you expect to see from Blake Jamison. But I think he did Buster Posey, and he did 1971 Topps correct here. Now look, 1971 Topps is a basic black border. You can't really mess that up. But I do really, really like how Buster Posey is basically larger than the card. He's coming out of the card. His head, his whole body is in front of the name and of the team. So I think it gives it a true 3D dimensional feel to it. And so by process of elimination here, that leaves just one card as my favorite card of the day, and it's going to be Babe Ruth here by Britney Palmer. And it's my favorite card for one simple reason. When I first saw this card, I legit did not know who produced this artwork. My first thought, because of the watercolor look, I thought it was Jacob Rochester, but I'm like, he just put a card out a few weeks ago, and this also doesn't look like a Jacob Rochester piece of artwork, but it is in fact Britney Palmer. And you can also win a signed embellished print of this card, so check out her Instagram for the contest details. All you have to do is purchase a card from the Topps.com website. But the key here is this set is 1,020 cards. It's going to get monotonous. It's going to get boring at times. But if artists are out there changing up their game, and the one thing that I've applauded Sophia Chang and FDOT for is the range they have shown us this year. And this card is a complete 180 in my opinion from her recent release of Mookie Betts. So it's going to keep us on our toes. And if she keeps delivering artwork that is different every single time, this could be a very, very intriguing set because none of the cards will look like each other. And you know what? I did not buy the first Britney Palmer card on the Topps website, so I cannot earn that free poster from Topps by buying all 20. And don't forget, if you've bought 2 or 3 cards in a row of your favorite artist, make sure and you finish that 20 card set for that free giveaway at the end of the year. But let's go and give away this Babe Ruth by Britney Palmer. Put your print run guess below and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. The person nearest the print run without going over will win this card free from me. And now speaking on FDOT here, he is releasing his 3rd card in the set tomorrow. It is an Atlanta Brave. There is apparently some sort of skateboarding or deck board reference in this card. Maybe it's like Sid Bream, but who knows if some artist will go that micro on the Braves team in Project 70. We'll have to wait tomorrow and find out. With that, have a fantastic Monday evening, and I'll see you back on Wednesday night for episode number 26 of the Project 70 show.